This is Dumbed Down Life number 72.
We were going to record the other night and I forgot all about it and lost my life to YouTube. And the reason why was because I came across a woman.
Anyone we know?
No. Okay, sorry. What I meant was... No, I'm not going to use that
one. The whole game word. Right? You found somebody interesting to watch on YouTube.
That's the thing. That's the one, yes. And her name is Jenny Stencil. And she's the traffic reporter for a North Carolina morning TV show.
Right.
Instead of we have like weather girls. They have weather people and traffic people.
Yeah.
And
yep.
She's absolutely nuts. She is crazy.
Why?
Well, just the way she does the traffic reports, and she also sort of sits on the anchor desk table and comments on the odd thing that the anchors are talking about. And she really doesn't care what she says.
To the point where she's gotten herself in trouble a few times.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if she'd had a slap on the wrist once the show was finished. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's dozens of clips of her on YouTube
saying near the knuckle things.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I can. I'll see if I can find one. This is one. Right, I don't know if there was a news story a little while ago about some parents in America naming their kid Adolf Hitler.
Oh goodness! No,
you missed that one.
I missed that one.
This is what Jenny has to say about it.
Two Pennsylvania parents are upset after a local supermarket
This is the main
refused
anchor
to print
woman.
their child's full name on a birthday cake. Okay, why did they refuse? Well, Heath and Deborah Campbell have decided to name their son Adolf Hitler Campbell.
That's nice.
They have another child that they named Joycelyn Aryan Nation Campbell.
Okay.
Their defense, they say their child is not going to grow up and do what Hitler did. That kid could have
That's
a lot
their
of problems.
defense? You have to
Interesting
defend
choice.
your child's name because you're trailer trash? That's weird.
You know what? That is just setting that child up for failure.
This is like polite news way of saying this. I'm going to call you schmucks. And then what I'm going to do here, before we go any further, is I want everybody in their living room right now to earmuff your kids. Just do this. And I want you to scream a word I'm not allowed to say on TV. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that was a good one. Can you believe that?
It's ridiculous.
I don't necessarily blame the grocery store, the bakery,
No. Oh, no.
for not wanting to do that.
No, I would have them escorted and they would not be welcome back in my grocery store.
Okay.
I mean, those people are lucky they don't live here. Or be picketed in their front yard. Am I done now?
Thankfully, they don't pick us up in Pennsylvania. I don't think our signal isn't quite that strong, is
Wow.
it?
Maybe we'll just have to get them some mail. All right, you guys, as far as traffic goes, everything looks good in Winston-Salem. Everybody here has a little bit of class. You know, well, respectively
Are you
speaking.
included in that?
What, I thought that was a pretty classy way of saying that, especially for me. Winston-Salem and Greensboro look good. Everybody drive carefully this morning. I'm going back to my desk shaking mad.
Yeah, so that's Jenny Stencil.
She's she's padding her bit out a little, isn't she?
yeah, but she's hilarious, and that's probably one of the more controversial things that she does. But it's just other things. She did the traffic report as a rap.
Oh God!
She's dressed up in semi Wonder Woman type costumes to present the traffic during Halloween, and she's just hilarious. She really is funny. And I lost an entire evening watching her on YouTube.
I'm 4 years old and my dad has a studio.
Here she comes, just walking down the street. She's got a curl in her hair and a doggy on a leash. She got a dog on a leash and a curl in her hair. And she walks down the street like she hasn't got a care.
Cuckoo peaches. I can rest on my elephant and my piano and I broke it and my mom fixed it and showed her how strong I am.
Here she comes, just running down the hall. She's running to the water fountain and I hope she doesn't fall. I should be embarrassed, but I couldn't be prouder. She don't have to be quiet, only has to be louder.
I don't have a quiet happy back.
was reading in Metro the other day. They were talking about how multitasking, everybody does it. We're all on our mobile phones while on instant messenger while supposedly working, is not something that improves the longer you do it. In fact, if anything, the more you multitask, the shorter your attention span is and the worse you become at it. And they've measured the productivity of somebody who is multitasking alongside somebody who isn't, to start with, and then alongside somebody who has been multitasking for a long time compared to somebody who has just started multitasking. And the longer you've been multitasking, the more easily you get distracted. Oh, look, I'm just going to click on this link.
You're listening to Dumbed Down Life.
I've now come to the end of the contract that I've been doing in central London. And as is typical, in the last 2 weeks of doing the contract, I found the Boris bike system and a way of getting into work that's cheaper than getting the train and then the tube. And what I was doing was get the train into Waterloo and then getting the bike to cycle from Waterloo to Cannon Street, which is near where I was working. Now, the first day I tried this, it all went terribly wrong because I got there at 8 o'clock in the morning and there were no bikes available. So I started walking the route that the bicycles are along and walked past 3 further empty stands before I eventually got to a stand, cycled over Southwark Bridge, put the bike back on the stand and walked down to Cannon Street.
So why did you bother with the bike at all then if you were that close? Just to try them out?
See, distance-wise, it's just over 26-minute walk. On the bike, it's 11 minutes.
Right.
On the tube, by the time you've walked down to the tube, got on the train, got off changed at Embankment, walked down to the next train, got off at Cannon Street, it's 28 minutes.
Do you know, I've often thought this. You know, like when I come down and see you and we do our little jaunts into London, and when we do it, we just tend to walk everywhere, don't we?
Absolutely.
I've often thought, surely this is actually more efficient than catching the tube.
Oh, more efficient, certainly, but not always quicker. It's slightly quicker to... Sorry, it's much quicker to cycle. That's the one thing.
Certainly, yeah.
But it's only 2 minutes quicker, and that is at my pace. And
yeah, that is true.
As I've watched, and I've made note of this because it's one of these sort of mental man things, nobody walks past me. The only people that come past me are either on wheels or jogging, because I walk that fast. And if I do get somebody who's coming past me walking, it becomes a bit of a competition.
Oh, for God's sake.
And consequently, I get into work quicker.
I must admit, you do walk bloody fast, I have to say. Whether it's just because like you've got twice the length of leg that I've got, I don't know.
You've not even seen me walking fast yet. And that first day, when it came to going home, I went up to the bike rack, got on the bike, cycled down to Waterloo, and all the bike racks were already full.
So you can't
pretty
park
much
your bike.
All the way back to where I got on the bike in the first place. So instead of it taking me 11 minutes to cycle back to Waterloo and drop my bike off, it took me 11 minutes to get to Waterloo, a further 15 minutes to get to another, or 15 minutes looking around for another empty bay, and there weren't any, a further half an hour to then eventually get across to Embankment where there is a lesser known cycle stop, and then walk across the bridge, which took me another 10 minutes. So it took me a lot longer than it would have done to walk or to take the train or, you know, to be dragged along by my ankles, really.
Oh,
so my experience on the first time, it really didn't work too well. But what they've done now is certainly temporarily, I'm not sure if they're going to do this full time, is they've got each of the cycle points are manned. And what they're doing is, as the cycle bays get full, they're pulling the bikes off and chaining them up to leave spaces empty. And then they've got a car with a trailer that comes around and collects up the excess bikes
and
redistributes them. And redistributes them.
Yeah, that's a much better idea.
And what I noticed this week was that they've now actually got little electric vehicles that are towing the trailers. So it's not a car that's towing it and adding to the pollution. It's now an electric vehicle. So that's all sort of in the eco-friendliness. This weekend, I don't know if you're aware of this, but it is the Notting Hill Carnival weekend.
No, I wasn't.
And what they're doing is they're taking away all of the Boris bikes in the Notting Hill Carnival area. Methinks that these vandal-proof bikes may not be quite as vandal-proof as they make out.
Oh, it's always dangerous calling something vandal-proof.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's an invitation to prove somebody wrong, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe, I believe, I believe the smallest prayer will still be heard. I believe that somewhere in the great somewhere, hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch the leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe.
A man takes his Rottweiler to the vet. My dog is cross-eyed. Is there anything you can do for him? He says to the vet. Well, he says, let's have a look at him. So he picks up the dog and examines his eyes. Then he checks his teeth, and finally he says, I'm going to have to put him down. What? Because he's cross-eyed? Says the guy. No, says the vet, because he's really heavy. Thank you for listening to the show. That's it, folks. It's time to go. And it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him.
Goodbye.
You can call the Dumbed Down Life crew on 07092 274 759.
You can follow us on Twitter. Our account name is Dumbed Down Life.
The email address is ddl.podshow@gmail.com. The website address is www.dumbeddownlife.com.